from the greatest city in the universe. It's All Night with Joey Reynolds. I'm Big J Sorensen from 101.1 CBS FM, New York's greatest hits. Our guests tonight, comedian Frankie Hudak, news dissector journalist Danny Schecter, Wag the Dog author Larry Beinhart, musical guest, New York City musical luminary Joe Hurley and Rhodes March. New York blues rock and soul group Renee And The Derelicts. And a power pop band from the Central Jersey hinterlands, Cheers to Romance. And Ellen's Stardusters. And now, the guy who thinks Molmar is a marshmallow cookie covered in chocolate, only available in the cold months, Joey Reynolds.
It's really a pleasure working with you now that you're a dummy. Last night we had Jay Sorensen was the dummy for John Pizzi, who is a ventriloquist extraordinaire, and he put on a full body uniform. And I took a hint from that. I figure, you know, I'm no dummy, but you know what I really need is, there's a lot of abuse going on, right?
Yeah.
And I want to have someone else take the abuse. So usually, I mean, Regis has got, what's her name, Kathy Lee, or?
No.
Which one's
Kelly.
Which one's with him now?
This one, the blonde, Kelly Ripa.
Am I
the one that
in
weighs
this
30
generation?
pounds. Yeah.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Also, well, everybody's got a sidekick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I got Little Me.
Little me, look at that.
I figured this is my alter ego, and if you're going to abuse something, abuse my puppet.
That's it.
So my puppet does it look like me a little bit?
It does.
This is Little Me.
Yeah.
Right? No, seriously, you know, the Newsmax magazine has, I'm going to hold this up for the camera. I don't know if you can get a shot of this one. This is the front page is targeting our seniors. So our seniors are being abused. You know, the seniors are being terribly abused. It started with, when I was a kid, we were accusing our parents of abusing us, and then in later years, the priests. You know, everybody's always abusing somebody according to well, the priest told me I was guilty of self-abuse, but you know, that was only a confession. But you know, we have a lot of the priests would never take me and do that with me because I would talk.
Right.
They left me alone. But the senior abuse is something that Mickey Rooney is complaining about now because he is 90-something.
Yeah.
And he has a child who's taken him on and starved him and didn't give him money that he had coming to him, so he's in court with it.
Oh my.
This is, so Mickey and I are friends. You know,
Yeah.
I did a cooking show with his wife, Jan Chamberlain, who's a country singer.
Lovely man.
Now, when we lived in San Fernando Valley in LA years ago, Mickey was on Broadway with Sugar Babies, and I was in the kitchen at his house doing a cooking show with his wife. We didn't expect Mickey to come home one day, and I was always a little bit off, and I used his Oscar for a doorstop. And when Mickey walked in and saw that I had that and the Emmy next to each other on the floor, you know, these great treasures, he flipped out and had some words with me, you know, which I can't repeat right now. That was host abuse.
Yes. So we've got elder abuse and host abuse.
Yeah, well, we have Mayor Bloomberg has got right now. The Irish are a little angry at him, so we got elf abuse.
Wow.
You know, yeah, leprechaun abuse.
Leprechaun abuse.
Everybody's mad at something because we're all really pissed off at the oil prices. You know, I mean, and the cost of living and no jobs. See, if we all had our jobs like we did a few years back, and we all were able to steal without anybody catching us or stopping us, everybody was really happy about it.
True.
I mean, even Clinton he satisfied himself. You know, I mean, everybody had something that they were pleasured by.
Well, he had other people doing that.
You know, I mean, he's probably watching the show right now saying, who is that jerk?
Hi, Mr. President. Hello, Mr. Prez.
I happen to be a guy who never did anything wrong, so I could talk freely on the air.
Sure.
No, you know, I think I mentioned this last night. The only reason that I could say all of these things on the air is not because we're on NBC Nonstop, which is digital television, not because we're on all the cable systems and it's a cable presentation where you could actually have a freer language than over-the-air period, network television. It's probably because we don't have anybody who owns us. You know, when you don't have a sponsor that's going to leave you. I think I mentioned that Bill Maher, whose picture was outside for a long time. Danny, get the camera out there, because let's show.
I think the picture's still there.
No, he's been replaced.
Oh, he has.
Let me show you by what.
Well, that happened last night then.
A little bit of a replacement. I bet Bill Maher never thought he was going to. Right over there in the corner billboard when you got a shot set up there. I will bet you that Bill Maher never thought that he was going to be replaced by Pee Wee Herman.
I bet you Pee Wee Herman never thought that.
Now, you know, that's really an insult. Now, you know, Pee Wee Herman, I happen to like Pee Wee Herman. I want to have him on the show because he's an interesting guy.
Oh, he's a character.
He's definitely a circus act.
Yeah.
But aren't we all?
We all are.
See the news up there, Dan? Keep the news up there. Let me see. I missed the news tonight. I get my news off the buildings. I don't get it off the wire anymore. I don't read the papers.
Joey Reynolds plugged in.
I just get it right off the building. There it is. That's it. All right, let's see. India's most elusive address. What does that mean? U.S. seeks friends in Afghan detainees. Suspect in Germany targeted U.S. soldiers.
Lovely.
And what is this? Somalia. Okay, nothing really exciting. Come back.
I think I'm going to go on a cruise to Somalia.
I would rather. I may go back to reading the paper. This is really getting to be.
Might be better.
Anyway, I was starting to say that we have no one to report to. You know, essentially, because we don't have any sponsors. Now, when Bill Maher had Politically Incorrect, he did something which was terrible. He was politically incorrect, and he lost. I think it was American Express. There were a couple of people who didn't think he was on their wavelength. You know, I mean, the sponsors determine a lot of what goes on, because if you don't make money, you're done. You know, you can turn around, there'd be a big fork in your butt. You know, when you don't make any money in this business, you're out of it. Now, the only way that we are able to keep this show going is by donations.
Yes.
Now, I was thinking of opening a ministry.
Really?
Yeah. And I was going to have people donate, not money. I don't want your money. I'm not asking for money. Don't turn the set off.
What do you want?
Not a telethon, and Jay's not going to stand there next to the tote board.
All right, what?
What we want is you to fill out the rating books and lie. we want you to fill out the rating. Do they have books?
No, they don't. It's connected to your television.
Now?
They ought to get it automatically now.
Crank that meter and I'll give you money.
That's it. Just keep the station on and go to Nuck's room.
Yeah, you know, we want you to keep it on and pretend that this is your entertainment.
That's
it. Because it sure can't be anybody's except mine. You know, see, I'm very blessed because I have well, for one thing, I have a job. You know, I mean, most of Americans are now looking at senior abuse not being able to be much more than a Walmart senior greeter. Yes. Now, you know what they ought to do the senior greeters on is on airplanes. You know, that's where they need them. They need somebody. And I mentioned last night, we're going to go back again, to Continental Airlines not serving any food. Now, they haven't had food there. I never finished the thought last night. They haven't had food on that airline in years. Now, a coach is an interesting word. It's a very expensive purse and a very bad way to fly. So what you do is you have your knees in your mouth so that you don't require food, because there's no leg room.
I see.
They have now even charged on most airlines for the emergency seating, which they refer to as more leg room, because you get an extra 4 inches.
I used to always volunteer for that.
You're about 4 inches away from saving your own life, is what it is.
So you have to pay extra for that?
You pay extra now. And you know, Virgin, I was going to fly Virgin, but they don't go all the way. You know, I mean, it's an amazing airline that has a cachet because of Branson, who's going to take people to the moon on a regular basis.
Yes.
Ralph Cramden did it years ago.
He did.
On a bus.
Yes.
Alice, you're going to go to the moon, Alice. Oh, boy, are you flat. Don't you love him? Don't you miss the Honeymooners? I would rather watch the reruns of the Honeymooners than this show. If it's on 11 or 9, turn this damn thing off and go watch that. And what do they got on PIX now? They're running 2.5 Men?
No, they're doing Popeye cartoons still. I don't know.
Popeye cartoons?
I don't know.
Or 2.5 Men is with who? That's the one with, don't mention his name.
Yeah, right. We don't want to say
too much exposure.
Enough.
All right, and Howard Stern decided to give him one of his channels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We continue this
perpetuation.
Yeah, we keep it going so that I didn't mention his name once, did I?
No.
So I don't want to do it, because the more you mention the guy's name, the more popular he becomes and the bigger he is. Now, Steve, are you texting or are you just making notes down there tonight? Come on over here for a second. Come on. We want you don't have to be on mic. Just come over here. You're not going to talk. You're not going to talk. I just want to. This is dummy night.
A little behind the scenes.
I want you to hold little me. All right. As if you're not. You want to hand a mic to him here? All right. Good. Come on, Daniel. Let's have. We weren't planning anything. Can you tell?
Yeah.
All right. Is this on?
Yeah, it's on.
Are you okay? We're getting sound check. 1, 2, test.
Smile.
Now, how do you like working with me?
This you or that you?
This me.
This is a little plushier.
Is it? You would rather have
this
that.
This is the softer you.
And you want the controlled me.
Oh, yeah,
right?
exactly. This one I have complete control.
Now, I would say Steve looks, especially when his hair is longer, like Keanu Reeves, right? Used to look.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Doesn't
absolutely,
he look like that?
yeah.
Now, this is a handsome guy that ought to have his own TV show, right?
Yeah, he's got a Mo Howard haircut, and that's good.
Get him off. He's competition. Now, we have a bunch of young people who run the show. And then you got me with geezer hairs coming out of my nose doing it. I'm making fun of myself because I think we really need to come to grips with the idea that if I weren't working here right now, I'd be stealing. You know, I would be taking things that don't belong to me from everybody because I'm not going to let you guys let me go poor.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I probably would have to teach. You know, I'd probably be a miserable professor's job at NYU.
Well, you could be in the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Yeah, living in one of their townhouses around Washington Square. Why would I want that, smoking pot? But, you know, I wouldn't want to be having this. What a horrible life to be a professor and getting the discounts and all the Apple equipment. I wouldn't really want that. And, you know, I'm free parking. There's nothing good about being a teacher at NYU, a $400,000 job a year. Nothing good in tenure. I wouldn't want that free use of the pool. There is nothing about being a teacher at NYU. I got it knocked over here for $10 an hour.
That's right.
This is a great job.
Best job you ever had.
You'll see me Monday at Applebee's as an announcer over there. We're going to go outside tonight?
Yeah.
Take the camera. We're going out. All right. So I want to take Steve. Steve has been out sick this week, so we're docking his pay. And as punishment, they sent him out with me tonight. Not the softer me, but the real me.
Right.
And we were out, and we ran into people like we always do in Times Square, mostly immigrants, ignorance. So we're going to go out there and do the Reynolds rap. Let's roll the tape, guys. Here's what happened. Hello. Hey, you can get on camera if you want.
Oh, yeah?
Come on. Come over here. This is like going to church. Are you watching us? You watching us? Are you smoking?
Yes, I'm smoking a cigarette.
What
I'm
kind
sorry
is it?
about
What brand
that.
is it?
It's Marlboro Light.
You can't have those.
Ultralights.
You cannot have. You can have
Marlboro
pools. You can smoke pot, but you can't smoke marijuana. Marlboro. Marlboro-wana. I didn't know Spider-Man was so short. Thought you were a taller guy. Are you watching Spider-Man over here? Come on. Come on over here. Don't you love Spider-Man?
She loves Spider-Man.
This is what happens when you fall off a stage.
Oh, you look good for falling off a stage.
Yeah, no,
quite mobile.
It wasn't Spider-Man that did that. Let's go over here. Oh, there's Spider-Man. Give me my gloves.
There you go.
Spider-Man. We haven't visited you. Spider-Man, I got to say hello to you. I got your gloves, man. Really? Spider-Man, yeah. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Can you talk?
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man, just a cartoon that don't talk?
She whips.
You got no mouth. You're not even, are you anatomically correct? Let's go and see. We got to go and see. Let's go over to Mahmoud. Come on. You guys still with me? Come on. Mahmoud.
I work different shifts. I work
Mahmoud.
different shifts, whatever you want me to do. You just give me a job. I appreciate it. I'll be your personal helper. I'll do anything you want. Now, Mahmoud, what you want me to do? I'll say because we got food here. Food. Everybody love food. We got food. We got some fresh critter right here. Fresh critter. We're going to hold on a second. We're going to get that thing. We're going to kill that thing a little better there.
Come over here. Come closer. Don't be hiding. What are you standing in front of right now? Do you have an idea where you are?
I have no idea where I am.
Where are you? Come on.
We're in Times
Where are you?
Square.
Times Square, but what building are you in front of?
Oh, the Nasdaq.
All right, so what does it say on the sign in the window? Come
All
on.
night with Nasdaq. All night with Joey Monts. I mean,
Joey
Joey
Monster?
something.
Is that you?
Is this like
Yeah, hello. Are you looking in there?
Reynolds? Joey Reynolds.
Joey Reynolds. We should know that.
What's your name?
Matthew.
Hello, Matthew. How are you, Matt? It's
Not
good
bad.
to know you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Xiomara.
Where are you from?
Staten Island.
Really?
Brooklyn.
You took the boat?
No, on the train. I drove over the hot
You didn't
spot.
take a
I
train.
drove over the hot spot first.
Get out of here. What I have to do, repent?
Yes, you have to.
From what? What did I do wrong?
From your wicked ways.
This is not wicked, it's a job.
No, I'm talking about beside your job. How's your heart? Is it full of holiness, righteousness?
Well, if I
Do you
say
love
that,
the
then I
Lord?
have no humility.
No, do you love the Lord your God
If
with
I-
all your
if-
heart and mind and
yes,
soul?
Yes, and if I have
love you,
if I have pride, then I don't have humility, right?
I have to go. God bless you.
I know, you got to work the room.
Yeah.
What happened? Did we do something wrong here?
I was bad.
You're trying to take over the
I
stand
just
here?
needed
You
I just
can't-
needed a job. I
Not
just needed
there.
a job.
You can't. It's you're building hostility with the Egyptians.
Well, all I did was come here to New York. I wanted a land of opportunity, and work is low now. Work is low, and I just wanted a job. And he said I could be his helper, and then his partner got a little mad because I guess I was selling more hot dog than he was.
Where are you from?
We're from Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg area.
Oh, well, see, you're still allowed to smoke there. You guys, we can't smoke in New York anymore.
We don't smoke.
But you're not
I
allowed
don't
to do
smoke.
that in public. Do you know that it's a law? So you work in the corner. How come there's no crowd around you? They're afraid of you because you're a crime fighter.
That's right.
And we all want to commit crimes, and we all want to get away with it. I got to go. What's your job? What do you do?
Shoot the webs.
You what?
I shoot my webs.
You shoot your webs?
Yes, sir.
Sounds sexual.
I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
Well, I
but
think what happened was while you were there was more smoke.
oh, there's more. I can't even see out my glasses right now.
Yeah, you know, when you create that kind of smoke, you make everybody angry. You know,
Well, I apologize.
it's called a grease fire.
Grease fire. Oh well.
Isn't she beautiful, this girl?
He is beautiful. Come on, don't put your hand in your face. Come on over here.
I'm like shy.
Come on.
Shy.
I'm like
See.
super shy right now.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Very nice.
Alright.
She hides her face. What are you hiding your face?
I'm like
if I had a
super
face
shy
like that, I
right
wouldn't
now.
hide it.
Not one bit, right?
Mine,
Not
I-
one bit.
Mine I hide.
Oh no.
Now, where are you from, sir?
Well, I'm from Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved there about 5 years ago,
Well, you know, this is.
and I came here to New York to open a business my
You
own.
got to own your own business. You cannot go taking no hostile takeovers here.
Well, I have a new idea for a business I want
What's
to try.
it- what do you wanna do?
It's going to be a brand new establishment. It's going to be called Burger, Beer, and Babes.
What is it?
Burger, beer, and babes. Here's a philosophy.
Yeah.
What you got to do, man is always hungry, right? Man is hungry, he wants some burger. And then what are you going to wash it down with? You got to get a beer. And then what he wants to do afterward, look for babes. You put them all together, burger, beer, and babes.
But they all have a different price.
Well, it's a one-stop shop, I'll make it. I didn't work out the logistics on that, sir.
Are you getting married next month?
Nah, unfortunately not. We just met a week ago.
Oh, then you're getting married when? About 3
I don't know,
years.
like a year and a half.
You gonna? Do you have to pay for the wedding? Girls pay for the wedding?
No, that's not happening.
Your father got this, right?
Your
Understand.
father's got a lot of money.
Yeah, he has tons of
I
it.
just paid for my daughter's wedding.
Oh God.
Not.
How was
God bless
that?
you, huh?
You only have one daughter, right?
Do you know about credit card debt?
Yeah, 100 grand. See you later.
Yeah, you're right. It's very expensive. You know, she wanted to ride in on a horse.
Oh my God.
So it's all right though, right? It's your baby
No,
girl.
it wasn't all right. What are you talking about? She married a Puerto Rican.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
It ain't
I know
all
what
right.
to look forward to. Thanks
I'm
a lot.
Italian. We have too much grease.
No.
It's a $200 ticket to smoke a cigarette in New York in public now.
Do I need to put it out?
Yeah, not on my hand though. Don't put it out on my hand. A lot of the people who
You
watch.
sure?
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
Put it out on Bill O'Reilly's hand.
You're full of
Oh, wow.
She swore.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I wanted to. You talk about guest abuse, right? Am I
Really?
abusing the crowd out there?
No, they like it. Because
I
they
don't
don't know
know
who
why,
you
you
are.
know-
Well, they don't know who you are yet.
You know what it is? When Jay Leno goes out, everybody is a jerk, and everybody's stupid and doesn't know anything. And when I go out, I'm the one who's stupid.
You don't think those people are plants? Nobody can be that stupid.
Nobody is really, well, there are people who are a little slower than
Okay, all right.
others.
Well, that's true, too.
Some are slower than others.
All right.
No, you know, being informed is not the worst. Uninformed is not the worst crime.
No, you probably live a happier life.
If you watch the media and you have this junk food for the mindless, which is these great shows that have all of the gossip. And they go one person after another. We're living off of everybody's mistakes,
Right.
you know?
Right. I have people that call me up and say, you know, I've been watching the news all day and it's so depressing. Well, why are you watching it then?
Because they think they have to know.
Yeah.
It's why are people in line to go to a store when they have nothing really to buy except what they think everybody else wants.
Correct.
And that's what it is. When you think everybody wants it, you want it. It's like a love affair. You know, walk into a bar, if everybody, I don't do this anymore, but if there's a beautiful girl and everybody gathers around her, you know, you think that you won a prize.
Right.
And you probably have if you have done that.
It's like a meat market.
I had a friend of mine who said that he does very well with picking up girls.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I don't know how you do it. He first of all, he never drank.
Yeah.
And he would always ask a girl to go home with him. And I said to him, you always wind up with somebody. And he was not the most attractive person. I just wondered how he always did so well.
It's called 3 drinks.
He said, well, I learned from my father, who won prizes every year to Hawaii or wherever he was selling appliances.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, wherever he was working, he would sell the most appliances. And I said, well, what was his secret? And he said, well, he told me that if you're walking down the street and you have under your arm a vacuum cleaner, no one ever says, what is that thing you're selling?
They know it, yeah.
You got to really ask for the order. You know, nobody's going to ask you what it is you're selling.
So does he have a bed under his arm? Or
No, he had an attitude about winning.
Right.
And if the girl, he would walk into a bar, and a bar which is where most people are drinking, he wasn't, as I said, and he would say, okay, come on, let's go home.
Yeah.
Just like that. I mean, you know, and I was flabbergasted. I figured he must know her. He didn't know her at all. But you know what? The girl would say, you know, get lost or don't bother me. And he'd say, well, you excuse me, you're blocking the view of the next beautiful babe.
Lovely.
I mean, that's high self-esteem. Most people don't have that.
Right.
Most people have brains. They would never do that.
You should hang out with a different crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and this is a biker bar.
Yeah, really.
Who do we have coming out here right now? The Stardusters are
In a
coming
little
from
bit.
Ellen Stardust. They brought the food tonight. Ellen Stardust Diner is on 50th Street and Broadway. It's the Iridium is in the basement. 51st, isn't it? 51st Street. Say it. Yell it out. What is it? Right. It's right next to Mamma Mia on the marquee out there.
Yeah, that's all you
It's
need to
been
know.
running for 100 years.
Yeah.
And Frankie Hudak's coming out too. We'll be right back with the Ellen Stardusters. They're very talented kids, and they're going to be here to sing. Be right back.
Your call is important to us. Please hold, and some representative will be with you momentarily.
Falling, yes I am falling, and he keeps calling me back again.
All night with Joey Reynolds.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Kat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked?
Tell me something good. The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm a grandpa. Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This
This place is absolutely great.
Recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
Joey, be quiet.
Get rid of
Joey, sit down.
Get rid of the little ego there. Well, guess what arrived?
Uh-oh.
You'll never guess. You might guess. My ARP card.
I got one of those many years ago.
They send you this. You got to join,
Yeah.
and then you're old.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's why I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll tell you what. They should include a coupon for Depends. Oh, are you guys out there listening to this?
Yeah,
Hi,
they can hear
how are
us.
you? We're on the air, and you know what? We got a great band here tonight. We also have a mediocre band, but we also have 3 great singers. So when the mediocre band is on, go home. But what the singers here are wonderful. They're from Ellen's Stardust Diner. In the basement is the Iridium Jazz Club. So wait till you hear them sing. You're going to be surprised. They don't look like much. But you know, we're not paying them a lot either. All right, now I got my tie at Nordstrom. That's a plug. And Pepsi is not sponsoring the show, so to hell with Pepsi. Now let's have these guys sing. Here's Ellen Stardusters from Ellen's Stardust Diner. Do your thing, you guys.
You, with words like knives and swords and words that you use against me. You have knocked me off my feet again, got me feeling like a nothing. You, with your voice like nails on a chalkboard, calling me out when I'm wounded. You, picking on the weaker man. Well, you can take me down with just one single blow. But you don't know, what you don't know. Someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Why you gotta be so mean? You, with your switching sides and your walk by lies and your humiliations, you have pointed out my flaws again as if I don't already see them. I'll walk with my head down, trying to block you out, 'cause I'll never impress you. I just wanna feel okay again. I bet you got pushed around, somebody made you cold, but the cycle ends right now, 'cause you can't lead me down that road. What you don't know, what you don't know, is someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Yeah, someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is me. Why you gotta be so mean?
you can't hear the applause because they're outside on the other side of the window. Why don't you show the crowd outside? Let these people, put them on television. They all run away. They're leaving the mall, you know. They're afraid we're going to sell them something. Hi, guys. Wave to us. We put the sound on outside a little early in the year because, you know, we haven't had a break in the weather. It's been miserably. There you go. You got a little crowd. So you got people out there who are enjoying you. You sing great.
Thank you.
And I know each of you is talented. And the three of you together are even more talented. So you've got to be like sewn at the hip. Come on, get together. Are you engaged to each other, or and is there a romance?
No, we're all just good friends.
Why am I not believing this?
You should.
I believe. So what's your name?
My name's Meg.
All right, and yours is?
Scott.
And?
Libby.
And you're from where? You're all from here?
I'm from Arizona.
All right.
I'm from Maine originally. We're both from Maine, actually.
All right. Well, you're up there in that moose country, I guess. But I like Maine. I got arrested in Rumsford, Maine.
Ooh.
I didn't have a fishing license. One guy in the boat in a week, and the guy found me. You know?
Not a lot to do.
No,
so.
you know what? And they don't take credit cards when you go to court, and they also only cash, and you have to wait until the judge comes to work. Lovely place. I'm so glad I was in Maine. I want to thank you for being here. Ellen's Stardust Diner, the food is great, but you guys are terrific. Forget the food. Just come next time and sing. All right?
Thank
you
you
for being here. We'll be right back. No, we got Frankie Hudak coming out here? Oh, Frankie, want to bring him out on the stage or over there? Yeah, that way. Keep him away from these guys. Come on in, Frankie. Here's Frankie Hudak, one of my good friends. Have you experienced him yet?
Yes.
Yeah, you've had a little bit of him? You want to get a taste of somebody crazy? Frankie, come on. What are you waiting for?
I'm tweeting, Joey. I'm tweeting everybody. Put on their scarves in unity for the All Night with Joey Reynolds show.
Wait a minute. What is this thing? What's these scarves?
These are scarves of unity for the Joey Reynolds show.
We're going to go over there.
Here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to where there's some light. You know, we're still in the dark.
Well, listen, all right, we're still in the dark. We're going to go into the light.
The dark ages.
We're going to the light. Come, children. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Well, you can come in front. Come on.
Oh, we're going in front?
Yeah,
okay.
sure. Come on.
All right.
Come on, let's see this thing. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello, people. Put on your scarves. Yeah. This is a scarf for you, Joey.
Oh, this is red.
Because I had tons of emails from all your viewers that love the show since January.
Too gay.
all the viewers of your show, and they love you on the show. They're so happy for you on the show, and they knew I was coming on tonight. And I wrote out, I said, every guest I've seen on your show is wearing a scarf. You got Danny Aiello wearing a scarf.
Right.
You had Johnny Russo.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli wore a scarf.
That's right.
And don't forget scarfing it up,
What,
Jeffrey Gurian scarfing it up with all the scarves Jeffrey Gurian wears.
His hair is taller than he is.
He's always looking in style.
Yeah.
And I read in the paper that it's the new trend. And I wanted to share it.
Not wearing 5 of them.
Well, here's the story with this. What happened is, I wrote out this email on Facebook. Everybody started responding. They said, wear my scarf on the show. And it has a story. Every scarf has a story from each of your viewers.
What about the one with the little balls on it?
Oh, this one is from my daughter. She loves you, okay?
Oh, that's so very
this,
sweet.
Yeah, this one is from
The
Chico Alvarez. Chico Alvarez from the Bronx.
Yeah, it looks
He
like
says,
it matches his seat covers on his car.
He says, I love Joey Reynolds,
Yeah.
and I want to tell him that he is the best, and he going to wear this in
Well,
style and
did
possess.
you roll a nun? This is Jesus Loves You.
Yeah, that was from when I mentioned that, religious stations I was getting. People were trying to push that religious station over here.
Don't go there.
And what else? Oh, and this one I just found in the lobby on the floor. So
Yeah, because somebody hated it. This one didn't make the red carpet.
So instead of making everyone upset,
Wait, you could wear this.
wearing one at a
time.
time, I thought I'd put them all on at once.
This is Don't Tell Mama material.
Is it
This one here, you're opening in Cabaret next week with this one.
I just opened a new room in the restaurant district. You should come see it.
It's a
beautiful.
restroom. It's
Can
called
I
a
have
restroom.
one too? The other Joey needs a
Yeah,
scarf.
sure.
The other Joey needs
And this one is from my landlady.
Yeah.
This one is Stralonsky.
Well, that's
Mrs.
not a
Stralonsky.
Is
It's not a scarf. What is it?
No. That's
it
something.
pantyhose?
No. What do they call it? What do they call that thing? Steve, you know, you have a young girlfriend. Those things that are, they're not scarves. What are they called? An ascot's something for an artist wears. What do
Watch
you
your
call
mouth.
Yeah, really.
Do you know what they call them again?
Nobody knows.
One of the girls in the control room should know. What do they call these things?
It's like a silk kind of.
What?
It's a scarf.
No, it's not. It's something. It's got another
There's
name
a word
to
for
it.
it. Yeah.
And it's not
Another
an ascot.
Shawl's bigger.
The ladies don't know.
The ladies don't even
see
know?
That, they don't wear
See,
these.
nobody wears.
Nobody
What
wears
am I doing with this thing anyway?
This is just, because everyone wears scarves in style, and they're showing support and unity for the All Night with Joey Reynolds show, showing that they love you, and everybody wanted me to wear one of them, so I figured I'd put them all on in support
Yeah,
of them.
well, it's so nice of you to put.
So listen, these
How did you like getting thrown out of the, what is it?
Sachet. That might be it. Yeah.
Sachet.
Wrong again.
Wrong one. Oh, yeah.
Hashima?
That's
Hashima.
it. There you go. Thank you, Pashima.
Wow.
There you go.
It's a
You want to sit down over
It's a
here?
posh
All
shame.
right, come on,
All
sit
right,
down. We'll
let's go
talk.
Sit down.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Geez, I violated a television principle.
That's right.
Hi there. Hi, folks. How are you? We got a. Can you hear us out there?
Yeah,
Is the sound on out there?
Should be.
There's a law. You're not supposed to have sound on the streets here. We're going to get a fine for that.
No.
Is a cop out there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, we'll get a ticket. We get a ticket for talking on the streets, for babbling, smoking, for spitting, everything.
I want my scarf.
Here's
All
your little
right,
scarf
come on.
right here. Here you go.
That's for little Joey.
Little Joey gets
Joey
a blue
too.
scarf.
There you go.
That's a little me. All right, sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So,
What
Frankie,
happened out there
You
today?
were out there today at the hot dog stand. The Egyptians run that hot dog stand. And they opened up a halal food. Now, you know what a halal food is? This guy's like really promoting. Look at the sign. He's got his own Broadway show there. Free soda
or we kill you.
Or water. With what? With two order. Well, now you got a guy there who
Giro.
He's got this
Lim Giro.
This particular place.
Falafel.
He's Egyptian. Wait a minute.
Okay.
He's Egyptian.
He is.
Yes, and you went over there and you were serving food when we were having fun.
Right.
And the guy threw you out of there.
He got so mad.
Because you started a fire.
No.
You didn't see all that
I was
smoke?
beating his meat.
No, you,
with the hammer.
Yeah.
But
I said, they're cooking critter here. They're cooking critter.
So this guy over here who owns the halal one, which is the kosher food for Arabs, right? Is that Muslim kosher food, I think? Am I saying it wrong? Or is it politically incorrect?
It's the same owner.
All right, well, this is the same owner that owns the hot dog guy?
It's the same owner. They just put different marquees to build that fake competition.
I had Kramer there from Seinfeld the other night, and that was we called him the hot dog Nazi.
Who?
That guy over there.
Oh, that guy.
So but I don't want to say it again while you were over there.
Oh, my God.
We got in trouble. But
look
hi,
at all the
folks,
people
how are you,
waving. My
everybody?
God.
Well, it's New York. What do you think?
Look at that.
The people want to be on television more than we do. You guys will do a lot better than I will anyway.
But the guy wants to know that, we can come back there anytime.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
I pay him.
He said, listen, my boss was here.
Oh,
I don't know why he come now. You come back later. I said he was going home and he showed up and he screamed at you. I'm so sorry.
Frankie, you got to do the Spanish broadcaster. Come on, that's my favorite thing.
The Spanish broadcaster?
Turn on the Spanish radio. Listen to this. If you're Hispanic,
If you're outside.
Here's the Latin radio station. Come on.
Bienvenido otra vez, amigos. Tú escuchando a Tito Puente, su orquesta a la Hispánica Radio Proclaman 97.9. Con the Times Square entra Joey Reynolds.
In Nueva York.
Somebody asked me.
Wow,
today,
a lot of spit comes out when I hit that screen.
Yeah, me over here.
Some people asked me today, why don't you have an audience? I said, we can't trust them. We'll be right back, huh?
Can't trust the guests either.
What are we going to do now? We have a show to do tonight?
Yeah, we do.
We
have
got
more
some great guests.
Oh, super guests.
You know who's going to be here tonight? A couple of guys who you probably wouldn't think to have in your home for a party.
Who's that?
Danny Schecter.
Yeah, he's going to be here.
Now, Danny is an award-winning journalist, and Larry Beinhart is here tonight, too. You know, he did the Wag the Dog, remember?
Made into
that?
a movie.
Yep.
The
Made
movie
into a
with
movie.
Dustin
He
Hoffman.
did the book.
And Renee and the Derelicts. Now, any band named the Derelicts is my kind of group.
Me too.
And we also have Joe Hurley and his band,
Yeah,
which is another.
Road
So
Smart.
it's a good night tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
a lot,
an
of,
Irish band. Good
a lot of good people here. And I don't know why I'm wasting time. Let's just get on with the entertainment here.
That's great.
Yeah. Joe Hurley's coming out. Now, Joe is and his band with his full ensemble has a violin also. So if you guys are outside waiting for music, you're right here for the right night.
Yeah.
And I hate this scarf.
Why?
We'll bring Joe Hurley out in just a minute. Be right back. Feel like a.
I'm Elizabeth Hasselbeck. If you're like me, you probably don't have a lot of free time to exercise and keep yourself in shape. For me, the answer is the Ab Glider from Proform. I can't tell you how much I love this amazing machine. It's a great fat-burning cardio workout too, and it's fun.
Unlike other ab machines, the Ab Glider combines circular and crunch motions for a fast, fun workout of your entire midsection. You engage more muscles, get a better cardio workout, and burn twice the calories of other ab machines.
I went from an 11 to a size 4. 20 inches total. It's really easy and it's fun.
With this offer, you'll get an onboard workout computer, Elizabeth's 3-minute rapid results DVD, and her amazing abs instructional DVD, plus her amazing abs eating guide, a $159 value, free. Try the Ab Glider now for 30 days, risk-free for as little as $14.95. If you're not totally satisfied, you can return it for a full refund.
You can't find a better way to get better abs at a better price. And getting started is easy. Just call or go online to proform.com.
Are you holding the remote right now? It's nice to be in control, isn't it? To fast forward to the good parts. Oh, hold on. We're getting to the good part. If you're receiving a structured settlement from a lawsuit, you know it is not easy to wait for payments, especially when it could be 10 or 20 years before you collect all your money. What you may not know is that you can skip ahead and receive a lump sum of cash now. Call CBC Settlement Funding for a free, no-obligation offer about your structured settlement. Whether you access all or just a portion of your future payments, we put you in control so you can fast forward and collect your money now. If you need cash now, call the number on your screen and find out how CBC Settlement Funding can help. We'll guide you through the process so you can take control of your finances and get your money faster. Call CBC Settlement Funding today.
On the 12th of March, you're going to see Joe over here and the Gents at the Highline Ballroom. Now, these guys are exceptional, and watch the crowd build as they start to play. You got the sound on out there? I don't know if we're doing that or not tonight some more. But you'll see, you know, because we're in Times Square, we're in a window, obviously. And this is better than the Today Show because it's on at night. Who the hell wants to get up at 4 in the morning and watch Brian Gumble? Is he still doing that show?
Long gone.
Is he gone?
Long gone.
Yeah. Katie Couric on in the morning?
Long gone, Joey.
Diane Sawyer, is Diane Sawyer on that one?
No, she's on the news now.
What, is everybody, whoever does penance, become a news person?
That's right.
It's like all the jocks always want to do mornings because that's where the money is,
That's
right?
right, not me.
That's the only reason Howard Stern ever did the mornings.
It's one of the reasons.
Well, of course it is. I mean, and Imus, all those guys, they want to get up, but they don't want to. You got to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night to do
I know, I've done it.
And you know, we have a holiday coming up here.
What's
it's
that?
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And these guys here are going to be really busy.
Absolutely.
We have Joe Hurley and the Gents. They're the most popular band of the Irish variety in town. You know, I mean, they really got it down. And Joe Hurley and the Gents have brought something you really like.
Yeah.
The Mistress.
Absolutely. She's right over there. You'll see her in a second.
Here's Joe.
And Rogues March.
This is a song on Christmas Eve many years ago. It's a little known fact, Joey, but today is actually as close to Christmas as we've been all year. So think about that. This is Amsterdam Mistress. There were pints of Guinness, lots of slow kisses. We were almost in love, too many near misses. Well, the missus walked in, kicked down the front door. Her eyes in red silence, I've done this before. Patsy sang crazy, you sang along. I didn't think my heart could break over one song. Pints of Guinness, lots of slow kisses. We were almost in love, my Amsterdam mistress. One perfect moment, I held you by my side. One enchanted evening, Christ, it felt good to be alive. I never felt like this, wanted and warm, like a blanket draped across me, a child reborn. Your old woolly cap, the falling of new snow. You laughed as you shivered, never let me go. The ghost of Dylan Thomas, smiling at night. They were carols by the river and Christmas tree lights. Pints of Guinness, lots of slow kisses. We were almost in love, my Amsterdam mistress. One perfect moment, I held you by my side. One enchanted evening, Christ, it felt good to be alive. Perfect moment, I held you by my side. One enchanted evening, I felt good to be alive. Feels like Christmas, all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, with all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, with all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, with all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. Feels like Christmas, all your slow kisses. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam. I wish you were with me, my Amsterdam mistress.
Whoa. Nice. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, George Bailey.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, I would say this is like river dance on lewds.
On lewds?
Yeah. Slow down process. I'm giving you my ARP card. I'm handing them in.
Oh, yeah.
You can rip it up.
What's an ARP card actually do for you, Joe?
It makes you older than you want to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a club for old people. You know, I mean,
Is
you
it?
join and you get discounts.
Okay. Well, I've just actually applied to the club for young people, which is called CARP. It's in honor of the fishermen of Galway. It's different from ARP, but it has the same benefits.
I got a discount on the Life series.
Oh, did you?
Keith Richards.
Right.
And you know, Johnny Depp has narrated a new film called Gringo. I think it's called Gringo or something like that. What is it, Gringo? Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Ring of Fire, actually. Or Ringo. I don't know.
Something like
Rango,
that.
I think.
Rango. That's
Rango, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this thing here, you guys narrated the Keith Richards story, and Keith also narrated it.
We did, yeah.
Did his own narration.
Yeah.
Part of his life. How long you known him?
Keith?
Yeah.
Oh, since I was born. I mean, wasn't Brown Sugar playing everybody's when they came out of the womb?
Oh, yeah.
In New York City, you know, you all know each other and you meet.
But I met him in England.
You met Keith in England?
When, with Andrew Loog Oldham.
Oh, yeah.
Does that go back pretty far?
Probably does, to the beginning of the Stones, yeah.
He was with Marianne Unfaithful.
Oh, no, she was very faithful. I've sung with her. She's a good...
I was there.
Oh, yeah?
And they lived in London, you know, and I don't know if you know Andrew at all. Did you ever meet him?
No.
He was their first producer, and he had a Rolls Royce car. And the streets are narrow in London.
They are.
And somebody at lunchtime had not moved quickly enough, and he kind of tapped the car in front of him. The guy got out and kicked Andrew's tires.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew went over and bent his windshield wiper.
It sounds like it could go on for days.
It was like the Keystone Cops. They went back and forth until, you know, with suits and tie at Canopy Street.
Well, they should have called the Italian Hell's Angel from Helsinki. He would have sorted it right out on the spot, you know.
Well, you have Amsterdam on the brain. So that's a free love area. I guess it's a no-fly zone if you have a no-fly.
I don't know what kind of trousers they're wearing in Holland these days.
It's a great place.
Well, they still love the clogs and the canals, that's for sure. Yeah.
But I love your music, and I think also everybody should know that this is a great effort. All of these discs about Keith Richards' life, narrated by you, and Johnny Depp is in there too.
It was a real privilege to do it. You know, it's Keith's world. We just inhabit it and live here, and it's, you know, it was a joyride. You know, you get in the chair, you strap yourself in, and one day you're in Marrakesh, maybe taking lewds. Is that what you were alluding to?
No, I was alluding.
Were you alluding to lewds?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you were. That was a drug before my time, but it was popular back then, I guess. And then, you know, you wake up in the south of France and you're hungover and you decide you want to take the yacht to Italy for breakfast because they have very good eggs there. And so you do that. And that's great living. That's joie de vivre. That's...
Well, you've traveled the world. And now, why Irish? Why all the Irish stuff so much? Why have you made that your focus?
Why all the Irish stuff? Well, this Saturday is what's called Joe Hurley's All-Star Irish Rock and Roll Review.
Yeah.
And it's the 12th annual. If I'd known 12 years ago that it was originally just a one-off, off the cuff, off kilter, off your stool, just a bit of a laugh, getting some friends up to do some Irish classics from the great Irish songbook. And 12 years later, someone sent me an article from National Geographic saying that it's the #2 star attraction in America for the St. Pat's season. So if I'd known back then that it would last this long, I would have given it a much shorter title, you know.
Well, you and the Gents are great. You're just great. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. And what we do, Joey, is we have a cast of thousands coming out singing the great Irish songbook from Van Morrison to Thin Lizzy, traditional ballads. You got Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, Grammy, Oscar winners, Tony-winning actors like Michael Cerveris. It's just a fantastic event, just showing that all walks of life, everybody from different backgrounds like New York City is all about.
And if you're lucky enough, Paul Schaefer will show up.
Yes, he's apparently going to be there. Him, Peter O'Toole, Falstaff, Fagin, and Charlie Dickens' great-granddaughter.
And Phil Spector's ex-wife.
Ronnie's done the show. Ronnie Spector,
I know,
yes,
she's great.
yes.
I love her. I see her every year at B.B. King's.
Oh, really?
All right, well, thanks for being here tonight, you guys. I really appreciate it. You're terrific. And
absolute pleasure. Would you like to meet the guys?
If we had enough time, if you give them their names real quick.
Okay. Well, this is Kenny Margolis on the accordion.
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
This is Tony Garnier. You probably know from Bob Dylan's band the last 25 years. This is Darren Beckett, all the way from Belfast.
I don't like him. Keep going.
I think you're making a grave mistake there. That's JF from New York City.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
And that's Megan Gould from New York. And
Truly Irish.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much.
Some of your friends are going to be on the show next week, by the way.
You're a great
Joe
treasure.
Piscopo said to say hello.
Well, he's great. But you're a New York icon, you know, and
thank you,
I've been
John.
conning them a lot longer, but I'm glad you're here.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Frankly, as Keith would say, I'm glad to be anywhere. So.
You're wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're gonna be back. I guess we're gonna go to a break, and probably we'll come back with Mr. Beinhart, right? Be right back.
Cheers, John.
Hi, Larry Beinhart here. It's great to be back on the Joey Reynolds show. Last time I was on Joey Reynolds was so long ago. It was before they invented pictures. I'm glad there's video now in the big window. My latest book is Salvation Boulevard. I was just out at Sundance Film Festival where it premiered. It should be in theaters in about 5 months. So you have an opportunity now to get the book, read it, and be out ahead of the curve.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds. I got a brand new show. It starts on television after about 14 years on radio on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's called All Night. That's when we're on. Between midnight and 2, Monday through Friday. And what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Did I say I've been conning them a lot longer? A New York icon.
That was really fun.
Did I say something like that?
Yeah,
Sometimes I forget.
He forgets already. How do I forget these things? I don't know.
They stop wagging the puppet.
I'm sorry. We're going to wag
We're going to wag. I don't do it. Thank you. I'm going to hit you with me.
You've been doing that for 30 years.
I know. All right, here's a guy who wrote and made this whole thing possible about exposure long before it was fashionable.
Absolutely.
For where the government was corrupt and tied into business, and nobody wanted to talk about it back then. Right now, we still don't want to admit it, but we screwed up. Here's Larry Beinhart, and Larry, come on in here, and he's got a new book too, I understand, which is a bestseller in the New York Times. He's not holding it. Most authors walk in with that thing and they hold it up. Salvation Boulevard. Where is this thing?
I sent you the poster art for it, so you can, clip it in video-wise.
Nice. Oh, so we probably got it on video then.
Yeah.
Sit down here. I thought We're
I
gonna-
would be walking holding the book?
Yeah, that's a cheap shot, though. Isn't it?
No, that's okay. I don't mind cheap shots.
Well, sometimes people walk in holding their film.
Okay,
You know.
that'll do.
Well, what have you been doing since the last time I saw you?
Well, I was just out at Sundance, which was great. They made a film out of Salvation Boulevard, premiered at Sundance. It's got a lot of really good people in it. It's got Piers Brosnan,
good,
Jennifer Connelly, Marissa Tomei, Greg Kinnear, Jim Gaffigan, and Isabel Furman, and Ciaran Hinds, and Ed Harris.
Wow.
Yeah,
Got
wow.
everybody in it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing cast, and they do a great job, and I love the movie, and so I'm very happy.
Pierce Brosnan, I knew him when he was Remington Steele.
Uh-huh.
And he, a friend of mine lived next door to the producer of the show.
Right.
And he was just an up-and-coming actor they chose, and of course he became James Bond and everything else. But
right.
Terrific. He's become full-fledged.
Yeah, and now, you know, he's done his James Bond thing, and he wants to act. So he's taking all these really interesting roles. In this one, he plays a megachurch preacher.
The last 3 films for Tom Cruise have been production films like that.
Right.
And, you know, he got away from, he's a really good actor. I like him very much.
He can be, yeah, absolutely.
And you know, I've known him since he was 19 when he did Taps. Now, there's a whole generation of people who have become excellent, and they go to these gimmick films sometimes because they're probably easier. Even Johnny Depp, you know, I mean, he was.
Right.
I thought he would never get out of the pirate thing. Although it just makes money. It makes money, and it's successful.
Absolutely.
But it's not as the same work as a real fine acting job. I want to ask you something. The reason I'm bringing it up.
Ask me anything.
Okay. You know, one of the films that I really liked that was not an Academy Award winner, and it wasn't the best of the bunch that everybody must have, and it's 2 really good performances and more, is Meet Joe Black.
Right.
And I find that to be with 2 great stars. You know, I mean, you got Brad Pitt. He's not too bad.
No.
And in that film, he's really a good actor. I mean, he plays a distant.
But why are you asking me?
Because
about
you have
me?
just come back from an experience where you've made a film, where they've made a film about your stuff.
Right.
And nobody screwed it up, I hope.
No, they didn't screw it up. No, they made a lovely film. I like the film.
And what I'm getting at is I don't think anybody screwed up Meet Joe Black.
Right.
It's one of those books, and it translates to a screenplay. Did you write the screenplay as well?
I did not. I did not write the screenplay.
Did you ever do that? Do both?
I have, but not for a film that got made. So
well, you know, when you do both, you got a little more, I guess control is a word, but you really have a little more art in it, it seems.
The honest truth is I don't think movies should necessarily be terribly faithful to books. You can, and there have been a lot of movies made that are very faithful to books that are very boring.
Yeah, like Gone with the Wind is faithful to the book.
Gone with the Wind, but To Have and To Have Not. The only resemblance is the title, and the guy has a boat.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
Right, and here you have a book by Hemingway and a screenplay by Faulkner. Okay, so, and I've had 2 books made into movies, Wag the Dog and Salvation Boulevard.
Yeah.
And both depart in very distinctive ways from the book, and yet both manage to capture the artistic essence.
So you're
of
happy?
what
You're
I'm very
with
happy.
it. Are
No,
you
it's
happy
a
with the
delightful
actors
film.
too? Is that something?
Oh, the actors are great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Does it
Ed
make you
Harris
feel
is
proud?
great. Greg Kinnear is so funny.
Yeah.
Piers has a great performance. Jennifer Connelly does what she does, which is this marvelous intensity. Yeah, no, I'm amazed at the cast.
So when's it coming out?
Rumor is, and this is not a fact yet, probably July.
All right,
So
you
I'm
got an
looking
early
forward to
release
that.
on it.
Yep, and it means
Pretty
that you have time to go out and get the book, read it in advance. You know, say, wow, I like this. I like. Why isn't that in the movie? Oh, they put this in the movie. You know, stuff like that.
Does anybody ever watch a movie and then go get the book?
I would like to hope so. I think people. I definitely hope so. Yeah.
I mean, now you just get your Kindle.
Right, Kindle, same difference.
Kindle is
as
your
far as
movie?
I'm concerned, it's the same difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're selling product, right?
I am
And
doing
you're
my
happy? You got a
best.
New York Times bestseller with this one?
I hope so, especially after the movie comes out. Yeah.
Well, you're great. You're very talented, and I
Thank
don't
you
know where
very
you
much.
do all your writing, but I guess you must have a room at a monastery.
I have a laptop, and you know where I really love to write?
Where?
Is on trains.
No.
Yeah.
Really? On a subway?
No. Train.
I bet you a lot of people are eyeing that laptop.
I was on book tour a year or two, more than that, 2-3 years ago, and I took a train up to Toronto.
Oh, nice long train ride.
Yeah,
Casual,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, or even the train ride from Rhinecliff down to New York City.
Perfect time. You don't have to drive. You can be creative.
Yeah, and you can't get on the internet. Half the time you can't even get on your cell phone. Your family can't talk to you. It's great.
I'm kind of liking
What
it.
Hey, let's book
what
a
are
train
the
ride.
repercussions of Wag the Dog now that we have lived through the entire honesty of that?
Okay, so first there was the book, okay?
Yeah, right.
And the book was about making a war as a television event for domestic consumption.
Right.
It was actually about Gulf War I. Okay, then comes out the movie, and by then Clinton was president. So it was about creating a false image of a war, but once again for domestic consumption. And there's a wonderful scene in there, which I had nothing to do with, where Dustin Hoffman, as the producer, is making up that particular war. And he's stuck. He says, well, how can you claim that somebody over there, even if they have the bomb, right? They have the bomb, he says. And he says, wait a minute, they don't have any airplanes, they don't have boats, they don't have missiles, they can't send it over here. And he thinks about it for a minute, and he says, it's a suitcase bomb, and it's in Canada. He spins the globe, and he realizes that Canada is next to the United States. Okay, and at the time, it seemed like this wonderfully comic, satirical, totally over-the-top thing. Wow. And then George Bush, the younger, or the lesser, whatever you want to call him, came into office, and he did exactly that. He said Saddam Hussein might have the bomb. He might make it into a suitcase bomb. He might give it to terrorists, and they'll bring it in from Canada. And we all bought it. CNN bought it, the New York Times
Powell
bought it.
sold it.
Colin Powell, yeah, but still, I mean, it was this absurdity, this absolute absurdity, which we had seen in a comedy movie.
Maybe he liked the film.
It was like somebody had taken their script out of a Marx Brothers movie, and we went and launched a war. Unbelievable. So, exposing the cynicism of politicians through satire is a lot of fun, but it's ultimately useless because no matter how over the top you are, they're worse.
Wow. Well, so how would you write now about these situations where the East is exploding?
Actually, now this is very exciting. This is wonderful stuff, and this is their changing their world as opposed to us coming in and trying to impose it on it, which is pretty disastrous. I still think the most interesting country in the Arab world is Iran. I was in Iran a couple of years ago. It's one of the most fascinating places, one of the most complicated places that I've ever been.
My favorite is Turkey.
Okay.
And Istanbul is a moderate Muslim nation where they have separated religion from government, and they constantly stay watching it.
Yeah, well,
and they have to. It's where serenity meets calamity.
Well,
and it's a very interesting history, of course, because of Ataturk, who set that in place in the 1920s, and they've stayed to it like we have with the separation of church and state. What we really need to separate is the separation of business and government. If we ever get that one down. But we don't because of lobbying, which we used to call payola in the record business.
Right.
It's where you're paying somebody off to get something done. And we think it's clever. And, by donations. See, this show I could talk this way. You know why, right?
Right.
Because I don't have that sponsorship yet.
Right.
But once we get, I don't want to give any names, but once we get these people branding
once NASDAQ sponsors you, you won't be able to be an anti-capitalist?
NASDAQ is representing all the interests, so they're not harmful.
Okay.
But the interests unto themselves have PR, and they have agendas, and
Absolutely.
they definitely want to buy their way into the world, and they want to control. Everybody wants power.
Absolutely.
You know, it's power. What is it? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Isn't that it? That's the saying, I think.
I've never had it, so I don't know.
You have it on
I
this
look
show.
forward to
You
it.
have it
I
tonight.
look forward to
you
it.
have the power of the
You
people
know.
with you because you wrote such a wonderful story with Wag the dog, and I can't wait to see your new film. Honestly, I mean, you're a terrific hero.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
glad
you very
you're
much.
here.
Yeah, well, the new book and the new film's about religion, because you brought up Ataturk, and we were all going along watching the world become more and more secular, and the assumption, I'd say, up until 1978, was that religion was becoming more and more, if it existed, a private matter, like masturbation. That you would do at home alone or with your family
Some
or
people
whatever.
do.
Yeah, and then after 1978, we have a new theological state. The first new theological state in 500 years is the Islamic Republic of Iran. And at the same time, we have the rise of the religious right in the United States. So much so that, and the new political religious right was an invention of the Republican Party. They went out, they recruited Jerry Falwell, they gave him money and said, make these guys political. And it grew beyond their wildest expectations, and now you could call the religious right and the Republican Party codependents.
I don't know if I buy that entirely. I hear what you're saying,
and
but I don't put that in the political realm. See, you took it into the Republicans, and I was raised Catholic,
right?
And I'm very broad in my religious acceptance, because I accept all people. I'm more like Joseph Campbell than anybody on television, honestly. I know that because it's a broad belief in live and let live, and I don't see that so much. I don't see it as a Republican thing. Because people are in the closet about many things. It's shame-based. And that's the part, the shame and guilt, when they go together, they take the paint off of furniture.
Okay.
And that's what comes when you have ideology. And that's the other part of it. But that's behind the curtain. It's a shame issue. It's right back here. So there are a lot of Democrats who are just as crazy.
Oh,
and
reasonably so.
It's not a Republican. It's not endemic. It's a Republican and a Democratic thing. So in other words, I stay a political atheist, and I think they're all nuts. I think they're selfish and self-centered and crazy.
But by the time we get to 9/11, 2001, 9/11, we have a president of the United States who says, "God told me to invade Afghanistan."
Well, Jerry Falwell had.
And then he says, and then he's told me to invade Iraq. And, the Al-Qaeda was, and I don't know what it is now, but at that time, it was a couple of hundred criminal lunatics who committed a criminal act based on a religious faith. And
I don't think it was based on religion.
Well, they said it was.
And
we responded, we responded by calling for a crusade. Instead of saying these are criminal maniacs, we have to go get these specific people and put them on trial.
Well, let me take it into a secular place for a minute. We wouldn't have 9/11 if it weren't for the cell phone and we invented it. So let's put it where it belongs.
Why Osama bin Laden said, "I'm attacking you because of a cell phone"?
This is a religion that says it doesn't want modern technology, yet it embraces it to destroy others.
No, Islam
so
never.
For the advancement,
Islam never says it doesn't want modern technology.
Oh, they definitely do not want that. They're wearing burqas and they're not.
That's not technology.
Well, yeah, they don't want the women on cell phones, and they don't want to text message each other.
No, they don't want to see. No, women can have cell phones. They just can't show their hair while they're on their cell phones.
Well, do you see what I mean? I mean, it's a definite. It's not a religious thing. It's not religious. It just isn't.
Okay.
It's staged as a religion. That's not a religious belief. I don't think.
We're at a stalemate here.
All right,
Are you
anyway.
stealing my water?
That's all right.
So enough of that negative talking.
Well, anyway, let's everybody see Salvation Boulevard and always you. I mean, you're always great, and
Thank you very
I'm allowed
much.
to have my opinion. You're allowed to have yours.
Thank you.
You know, and I love
Absolutely.
you, and you know, we still remain.
It's great to be here.
We remain brothers.
And I'm glad you survived to the point where they had invented pictures.
Nice.
That's
a good one.
No, I hate him. He's never coming back. All right, we're going to be right back. We've got to take a break. Joey Reynolds is my name in case you want to write to the FCC, if you can find them.
Joey, thank you so much.
Hey, Joey Reynolds.
I'm
Carl.
I'm Pete.
I'm Pat.
I'm Mike.
And we are
Cheers to Romance.
So stay tuned because we're coming up next.
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jennifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion, as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this. Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicoli's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches, so pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Ab Circle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
Cheers. 3 cheers. Are there 4 cheers? There's 4 cheers to romance here. This is a garage band. They don't call themselves that. I do, because when I was playing like this, my mother put me in the garage. And that's where I was in Buffalo, where it's 4 below 0 in the garage. You couldn't tune your fork. But you know what? It's a great sound, and we discovered them in New Jersey, and they've done some really neat things we're going to talk to when we hear them play. And we also got the sound outside tonight for this occasion, which is not usual because the weather is not spring yet. But I will bet you as we go on, we'll acquire a young crowd because they're young guys, and they are in the early days of when Green Day first started, in my opinion, again, as a jock, former jock. I think Green Day is on Broadway now with An American Idiot. That's their Broadway show. But you know, it's their music. And when they were first starting, they were like this, except now they're a little more focused, and they have 40 or 60,000 people and make $700,000 a night. These guys are almost there. and it is with great pleasure that I introduce and toast you with Cheers to Romance.
Yeah.
has been misused, blood covered and bruised. Not looking for any kind of handout, just looking for a way to stand out. I'm so far from fantastic, I think I'm crazy, but I am simply fine. I'm so far from fantastic, I thought I'd lost you, but you were always mine. Yeah, you were always mine. Sometimes I hate myself and my feelings on the shelf. All the thoughts that cross my head, I apologize for what I said. I feel like I am crazy, like a knockout sunshine day. Not looking for any kind of handout, just looking for a way to stand out. I'm so far from fantastic, I think I'm crazy, but I am simply fine. I'm so far from fantastic, I thought I'd lost you, but you were always mine. Yeah, you were always. I'm so far from fantastic, I lost you when I was sick, but now I'm better, so let's get together. We're so far from fantastic, so far from fantastic. I'm so far from fantastic, I lost you when I was sick, but now I'm better, so let's get together. I'm so far from fantastic, I think I'm crazy, but I am simply fine. I'm so far from fantastic, I thought I'd lost you, but you were always mine. Yeah, you were always mine.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to romance. You guys can have my ARP card.
Oh, great.
You know what that is?
Yes, it's an
You do?
insurance card.
How do you know you're 16 years old? How old are you? 17? Something like that?
Oh,
geez.
they are right there.
You're already fighting for mic time.
First time.
That's great. What's your name?
Peter.
Peter, how are you, Peter?
I'm Mike.
Mike?
I'm Carl.
Carl, I hope you have a mic, and I hope Mike has a mic. And who are you? Hi, Pat. How are you? You guys are great. It's really fun.
Thank you.
You know, I spent some time in Jersey. I married a girl from Jersey, and when I was done with her, I returned her. It's just something you do in Jersey. I love your belt there, the one with the piano there. You got a little crowd that was gathered out there. Look at them. You want to take a little wave? See?
Hello.
Those are not fans. Those are people who want their money back. It's a lot different. Look at them. They're all there. They think you're still playing. The residual effects of your music.
Exactly.
You know, there's a little delay. You played a song 3 or 5 minutes ago, and they're still hearing it. What retention. But I like your belt with the piano on it. That's really cool. Can I have that?
You got mine.
You get a piece. I'm going to use it as a waistband, as a wristband.
Well, actually, we have a present for you.
Oh, a present, huh?
Yes. We're making you an honorary Cheers to Romance fan.
I love the name. I think that's great.
Oh, thank you very much.
Change. It's not like the Snots. Yeah. Something really that's.
There's a T-shirt for you.
Oh, thank you. This is great.
And
it goes with my new belt.
Yeah, there you go. Sticker.
Yeah. The Cheers for Romance sticker. I got the Cheers for Romance thing.
For you.
And I got Lance Armstrong lives. This is twice the width. Even though he won't ride the bike anymore.
There you
Terrible.
Go. Oh, yeah.
No, that's great, you guys. And you've done a lot of charities things. You continue to do that, which has got good hearts. You raised some money for a guy who needed a wheelchair, I think, if I read that right.
Teacher,
Is that
yes.
correct?
Yeah.
You guys are great. You're great. And
Thank you.
I hope that you'll come back often. And, you know, after I'm retired,
You still got a while for that.
Frankie's got something.
You guys inspired me, man. I got some Starburst.
Oh, man.
Here's the orange one for the orange. And then one for Joey.
No, wait, I have bridges.
Oh, yeah. You guys were great. They were all dancing out there. Yeah!
Yeah, let's, you got a camera on them again, or do we knock them off? Hey, guys, wave a little bit. We'll put you on the air here. Come on. Oh. Want you to see you can be on a really good show. Have you ever watched the show?
I have, actually.
Yeah,
I saw him in the lobby today.
You saw? Well, you know what? When you get home, you got to put this thing on tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
No, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. You'll love this.
Okay.
Whatever it is, Monday night. Watch this. I don't know where I am anymore. They just put me where I am. Me and my dog. Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, and keep on going. Make some good music and come back again, okay?
Definitely. Thank you.
Don't charge me. We'll be right back.
All right, rock it.
All the words you know we meant, my heart has been misused, blood covered and bruised. Not looking for any kind of handout, just looking for a way to stand out. I'm so far from fantastic, I think I'm crazy, but I am simply fine. I'm so far from fantastic, I thought I'd lost you, but you were always mine. Yeah, you were always mine.
Bam's Auto Body, located on Liberty Avenue in Ozone Park, is a one-stop shop equipped with all the latest technologies to fix your car or truck right the first time. We work with all major insurance companies and specialize in collision, theft, and vandalism repair. Call anytime to check your vehicle status. Speak with our dedicated and knowledgeable staff. We offer a 100% written guarantee on all repairs and a lifetime warranty on all paint repairs. Bam's Auto Body. We'll get your vehicle fixed, no matter what.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC, desktops, and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds. I got a brand new show. It starts on television after about 14 years on radio on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's called All Night. That's when we're on. Between midnight and 2, Monday through Friday. And what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for, All Night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. We have an award-winning journalist with us, one of my favorite people in the world. He's waited a long time to get on the air here tonight, and he would never do that on his own show. And he's probably going to come at me from a different angle because he is an Emmy award-winning guy. Here's Danny Schecter. Come on, Danny, come on out, and I'll be respectful. Late but respectful. Never keep a guy like this waiting. It could be the end of your career. After this one ends, there's got to be another one. Hi, Danny.
Hey,
are you going to walk any slower?
How are you? I wanted to milk every second, you know?
Sit down.
How you doing,
Sit
man?
down. It's good. Say hello to Frankie.
You
Sit
did
down.
great. Okay.
Good to have you here. And I really have missed hearing your voice on the radio.
Well, you know, I have my own radio show now on the ProgressiveRadioNetwork.com. It's an online radio station. I could do Fridays from 1 to 2 in the afternoon. I did a show today. So I'm getting back into radio, trying to dabble a little bit.
On the internet, though, right?
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
internet.
Now, I was reading Bob Pittman, who's the father of a couple things. One of them supposedly is MTV, but I don't know that that's necessarily true. But he's one of the guys who had Morton Downey Jr. for his company.
I know Bob. Yeah.
And Bob now is working for Clear Channel, which is a company that owns 3,000 radio stations. And I saw today where he's thinking to go to subscription radio, where the public pays for it, like XM and Sirius. That's subscription radio. Is that because we can't get money from sponsors?
Well, it's hard to get money on those subscription stations too. You'll notice that Howard Stern this week is at, going to the Daily Show. He's going to Jimmy Kimmel's show. He's going to every possible show that he could go to try to boost his visibility because the media world has been so fragmented. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, Joey. What I'm here to talk about here in the temple of Bernie Madoff, the NASDAQ organization that he was the chairman of, is financial crime, is the fact that all of these Wall Street criminals, if I might use the word, have not been prosecuted, have not been jailed, that we're more worried about companies that are too big to fail than companies that can be jailed. And we're talking about trillions of dollars in our economy that was diverted through scams, schemes, fraud, and the rest. And Americans are asking, in large numbers, in every survey, why aren't these people being prosecuted? Where are the perp walks? Where are the people who've committed these crimes? Why are they not being held account instead of these settlements? Where you offer, Goldman Sachs pays out $550 million, and the condition is that they don't, acknowledge guilt or responsibility. They just, here's $550 mil, use it as you will, but we're not admitting anything. And it's true really across the spectrum. And this is upsetting to me as a journalist.
Take a breath for a minute. First of all, you took a pert walk. That was a very slow entrance. That's
deliberately so.
And you're not a criminal. But on the Academy Awards the other night was mentioned too by the gentleman who wrote King's Speech.
Inside Job. There's another film.
Yeah, Inside Job.
I've made one film called Plunder, The Crime of Our Time. He's made another one. He, to his credit, sold his company for $100 million and had some money to spend on marketing his film. I haven't been able to compete in that area, but I think the two films kind of are side by side of interest, adding more information than we get from our media about what happened on Wall Street.
Something up because you strike a chord, and I want to present it.
Please.
You're talking about the end result, and now you want to punish somebody. That's what you're saying, but I'm talking about the root cause of it. And the root cause of it, which I didn't bring up yet in this conversation, but I do this constantly with friends.
Yeah.
The beginning of it is really what needs to be addressed, because the end result you already know. Bernie Madoff's in jail. He's made his bed. He's whatever it is he's got a fork in his butt, and and he deserves everything he's getting right now. I believe that what we need to do is work on why we do what we do. How do we mislead people to begin with so that we allow this to happen? That's more the issue.
I really hear you. Greed is something that seems to be endemic in American society. Everybody wants to try to get over in some way, get something for nothing, get a deal. That's what we're taught, from early childhood. And unfortunately, the people who are trying to get a deal, let's say to buy a house, to buy a car, to go to college, to get a loan, are not as slick and not as sophisticated and not as informed as the people who are lending them money. And hence, they will often sign on the bottom line because it, quote, sounds good. But in fact, it isn't good. And many laws have been violated in this whole subprime lending thing.
Right.
So I've done this film, Plunder, The Crime of Our Time. I've done a book, a companion book, The Crime of Our Time, to try to spell this out, to look at the financial crisis as a crime story, not just as a business problem. The smartest men in America, they made a mistake. They didn't realize, that housing could go down as well as up. Just, they blew it, and now the rest of us have to pay for it.
Well, did anybody really see this coming?
Yeah, maybe.
Do they sit down and plan this? That's a crime that's planned, or is it premeditated?
I think it's planned because, after the S&L crisis, 1,500 bankers went to jail. Nobody even talks about that. No one remembers it. It's never cited in the media. Because of that, the financial services industry began to invest a lot more money in politics and lobbying, something you mentioned before, in political donations and contributions to Republicans and Democrats. You're right on target there. This is not just the Republicans that are to blame for this, but all of them sort of bought into this worldview that these new financial instruments were modernization. They were innovative. They were all saying it. The Federal Reserve Chairman, Allen the genius, all of them were saying this. Of course, later they said something else. Gee, oops, we made a mistake. Where did all that money disappear to? And I think there has to be accountability and transparency. There has to be economic justice. Without that, where ordinary people see that the people on Wall Street can be held to the same standards that they're held to. Until that happens, I think you're going to have really a lot of cynicism in our country and a lot of bad behavior on all sides. People justifying it because others did it.
All right, let me bring something up here.
Please.
Parenting. See, I'm going to the beginning of it.
Right,
This
okay.
Our whole generation.
I'm a father,
included.
man. I'm a father.
Well, I'm an enabler. I don't know about you.
Well,
and I'm a codependent. I'm a lot of pop words in therapy. But I really have raised my kids. I spoil them. I want to rescue them from everything. Now, does that have a payoff in the end, or are we just?
Look at how many kids are in, taking on levels of student debt that they'll never be able to pay back. Look at how many people who are, basically live their lives around the mall. You mentioned the mall. Times Square is a mall now, and people who are just shopping till they're dropping. And unfortunately, they can't afford it quite anymore. We just went through Christmas. And, oh, it was great. Now we're realizing that most of the purchases, a large percentage, were done on credit cards, that these people are deeper in debt than they were before. Because we sell things very well. I mean, we have a culture that knows how to sell, but not to tell.
You got to be able to sell this Crime of Our Time book now.
I do
Why Wall Street is not too big to go to jail or to jail. Now, this particular thing, Danny Schecter is, there's so many thoughts, and this is not something you do in 10 minutes on television.
I understand that.
And your film.
And particularly after the bands, which I all liked, and with, to come on here and talk about something serious.
No, that's okay.
It's like you're a party pooper.
No,
I'm not.
No.
Okay?
What I'm saying is you'll never have enough time because we got too many moving parts.
Well,
this requires a little time.
It does.
You got to come back.
Well, I would love to come back. I'd love for folks, plunderthecrimeofourtime.com is the website to check out. You can order the film and the book and read more about it because it affects all of us. How many millions of people are out of work now? How many people have lost their homes? Millions and millions more expected to. We're living both in a crisis and an illusion somehow that everything is getting better. It's not getting better, sorry to tell you that. In fact, with the oil prices going up, with the food prices going up, it's going to be harder than ever. And that's why we have to understand what happened to us. And the media is not doing that, unfortunately.
Well, we are the media. And right now you are doing it.
Well, I'm trying to do it.
And you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm on your side.
Joey, I've been, ever since my company, Global Vision, we closed our office because the lease was up, the revenues were down. We didn't need to carry all those costs anymore. And, another window opened, and suddenly I became a TV commentator. But where? Not on CBS, not on ABC, where I worked for 8 years, or on CNN, where I was part of the startup team, or CNBC, where I also worked. None of those networks were interested in what I had to say, maybe because they know what I have to say. Instead, I've been on Al Jazeera, I've been on Press TV, I've been on RT, Russia Today, I've been on BBC. In other words, I'm interviewed all around the world and on the Joey Reynolds show, which is the one I like the most.
Well, thank you. And you're going to be on all the time, as much as you want here. I would give you an hour of time.
I hope so.
You're smart, and you when you did news, you were a great newscaster.
The news dissector.
You didn't really just do the news.
Yeah,
you did.
That's true.
And you have a voice. The voice has to be heard. So I want to say that we're going to take a break because you're not going to.
Right. Well, I blog every day at newsdissector.com/blog, so people can follow what I have to say.
And I want people to know of you and to follow you.
I really appreciate that.
It would be my privilege.
You're one of a kind in saying that, and I appreciate it because I think I have a lot to say.
Danny Schecter. We'll be right back.
Joey, it's Renee and the Derelicts all night long.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Kat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked? Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
All right, on this spot last night, Lilius White was here.
Oh my God.
Our last show. She was, should have been our last show, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, you know, Lilius, it's hard to top Lilius, baby.
No, you don't have to top anybody. Just
No.
be who you are.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
definitely.
come on, nobody just tops anybody.
No.
This is like a joke. You know what? You think I'm going to top somebody?
Well, you know, we do what we can.
We run the race.
Yes.
Oh, God forbid I should lose the race. I want to beat somebody. Who do I want to beat?
Nobody.
There's only about 8 people that make all the money. You know,
right
I mean,
about
really. If I were about the money, I wouldn't be here. You know, would I be standing here with you?
You stand here for the love.
No. Now, this is a rhythm and blues band, right?
Yeah, we're blues rock.
All right.
rhythm
Now,
and-
that's the father of all of this rock and roll.
Oh yeah, blues is where
Because
it
it
began.
was people who were moaning and bitching, and it was slavery, and that was only in my house. So what? Don't you do that? You'll be playing at the Friars.
He's good at that though.
I know he is. Too good. Now you know when we first heard you in the hall, we were talking to someone else, and you were exercising your pipes,
Just a little bit.
and it sounded like church.
Just a little
I
bit.
figure you were a girl from church.
Well, you know, I think all the music and everything, it comes from the heart, comes from the soul. If you can't get to that, then
Well,
what's
that's
the
true.
point?
And I don't mean to demean your work.
Oh,
I
no,
just
no,
want to. I'm trying to join the group.
Oh yeah, you're in it, baby. You're
That's
standing
what I
right here.
Now everybody here is a rhythm and blues expert, right? We have studied. We've
That's
gone to
what we say.
R&B school.
We say that, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we have lived the breath of it from maybe I would say Ivory Joe Hunter.
Oh,
Is this
yeah.
a little obscure name?
No, we know
No?
who Ivory Joe Hunter is, and a little Big Mama Thornton, a little bit of yeah.
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 So who do you really like now, besides yourself, of
Oh,
course?
what's that? You mean contemporary?
Yeah. Who's got a great?
Oh, Ruthie Foster.
I don't know. who
She's
that is.
awesome. She's got one of
Name
those.
someone else.
Derek Trucks.
I don't know her.
Yeah.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know him. He used to run around with Cher.
No, that was.
No, that was Sonny.
That was the older one. That was the other one.
So what are you going to do tonight? What are you going to do?
We're gonna do a song, a Willie Dixon song called "Wang Dang Doodle."
Yeah.
You know, about having a good time, and we're gonna sing that because one of the motto of our band is to get together and have
What's
a
the
damn
name of
good
this
time.
band here?
Renee and the Derelicts. So I'm. Renee.
I don't like that name. Here's the super hot Renee and the Derelicts. Let me get off the stage here so you guys can do your thing.
Okay, thank you.
I'm walking this way.
You're walking that
Yeah.
way, and hey, we hope everyone will come and see us on March 12th.
No, that's where the bar is.
No. Yeah. Uh-oh.
There's Renee and the Derelicts, and they've got a Rusted and Restored is the name of their CD, which is out on the marketplace right now. You guys are terrific. Thank you for being here tonight. Are we done with the show tonight? No. No? What's happening? Commercial. Oh, all right. We'll be right. I just saw a sign that said, if you want to do it all night long, see Alice.
Oh.
Must be a commercial. Danny Schecter is here tonight, and I asked him to stay a little bit because he's a media expert. And I know he gives really long answers because...
Do I?
Yeah, you do, but it's okay. I mean, we need to hear what you're saying. And I want to, in an impromptu fashion, I want to hit you with something because I respect you so much. And you gave a little bit of synopsis a while ago and a little taste of your crime of our time. And I want to ask you about this because I would like to put this on the air, and I don't even know the answer until you tell me. I've set it up a long way, but here's the deal. I would like to know from you how we are in this situation where all of television is gossip and not news anymore, in my opinion. There's very little news. It's mostly gossip. Am I right, or am I just...
I think you're right. You know, we heard about all the mergers between the big media companies, but there was a more insidious merger, the merger of showbiz and newsbiz. When I worked at 2020, you know, we began to do more and more celebrity profiles, more and more music pieces, less and less investigative reporting, less and less news analysis and background stories. And, you know, partly because everything was really trying to go for the ratings and for the profits that are associated with the ratings, not just the ratings in themselves, but, you know, if you rate higher, you can sell your ads for more. And that was what it was about. And that's what's happened, is there's been a devolution in media going downhill rather than uphill.
So how do we change that? Well, wait, let me ask you it this way, and this is my other question, and my only other question. If you could do anything in the world as a media expert that I think you are, and most people agree, if you could do anything in the world, what is it you would do on television and radio? What would you do?
Well, you know, I think, first of all, we have to stop underestimating the intelligence of the viewers. And we have to abandon, you know, an approach called KISS, which is keep it simple and stupid, which seems to be the guiding philosophy of many media executives. And then we need to try to do something a little different to help connect the dots, to try to hear the voices of people from around the world, to try to take a story of something that's breaking and try to explain the background and try to interest people in it. You know, things are not interesting unless they're presented in an interesting way. And you know, you say, well, if people don't care, they don't care because a lot of the way things are presented really talks down to them and treats them like a bunch of dummies. I mean, look, why is it that, you know, 60 Minutes is still in business 30 years later? What is its audience? Why do so many people watch it? Because it's a quality program. They put money into it. So a lot of this is, how can we, as far as the media executives go, how can we do more for less? How can we dumb it down? How can we speed it up so that, you know, the average soundbite used to be 30 seconds, now it's 4 seconds. And what that means is that you can't get ideas across. You don't have hosts that ask really thoughtful questions. It's all, quickly now, can you explain the whole crisis in Libya? We have 12 seconds. You know, and as a result, when people are asked, you know, about something that's been reported, they can't tell you, they can't remember. There have been studies done about the news. You know, what was the lead? They call you 30 minutes later. What was the lead story? I don't know. You know, and these are people who were primed to watch it as part of a, you know, a testing group. So you have a situation where the way we present information is that we present it in a way that will tune out most people. You know, the stuff I'm trying to do about the financial crisis runs into a word that's very big in TV called me-go, which means my eyes glaze over, you know? Mm-hmm. If you hit people with too much information too quickly and you don't really talk about it in a way that people can connect with, they tune it out. And this is what we've had. So rather than try to make the way we present information different, we keep the same style and same approach, and then we're surprised that people don't want to watch it.
Well, you're great. The crime of our time, Danny Schecter. Be right back. Let's take a little bit of a pause here, and then we're going to get some food from Alice's Diner. Be right back.
I recommend a steak.
This place is fantastic. I recommend this place.
You guys are so good, it's scary. Ellen's Stardust Diner, the Iridium's in the basement. These are 3 of the kids, and they're next to me. And they're wonderful, and they're going to be singing us on our way out. Let a smile be your umbrella, but don't get a mouthful of rain.
People smile and tell me I am the lucky one, and we've just begun. I think we're gonna have a son. He will be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love, and the sun will shine above. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, brings a tear of joy to my eyes and tells me everything is gonna be alright.
I love a guy who holds the world in a paper cup. Drink it up. You love him and he'll bring you luck. And if you find he helps your mind, you better take him home. Yeah, and don't you live alone. You gotta earn what lovers own.
Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. And in the morning when I rise, brings a tear of joy to my eyes and tells me everything is gonna be alright. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey, and everything will bring a chain of love. In the morning when I rise, brings a tear of joy to my eyes and tells me everything is gonna be alright.
Great job, you guys. Good night, America.
There are 13,000 cabs in New York City, but there's only one that pays you. Climb into the cash cab and I will quiz you all the way to your destination. As the meter clicks, the questions get harder and the stakes get higher. If you get stumped, you can shout out for help on the phone or off the street.
We need your help.
But be careful, my friend, because in this rig, it's 3 strikes and you're out. So what do you say?
Was just looking at your tattoo on the chest when they...
You were standing behind the bathroom door where there was no camera in sight. Yes, you were.
You didn't. It's not like you walked in there and caught me with my pants down.
Her hands were around your
She was
neck. looking
at... I have a tattoo right here, and she was looking at me.
Her hands were around
You know what
your
Rhea
neck.
thinks? Rhea thinks that you've had sex with one of her friends. You know that.
No, I have not.
She told me you did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I found out I didn't even.
Sex website?
No,
you didn't
you
sign
tell
up
me.
for a
No.
single
Yeah.
sex
Why
website?
am I going to sign up for?
Well,
guess what? We have the result. Since you've been with Rhea, have you ever cheated on her with one of your friends? You said no. The lie detector test determined that's a lie. Did you take your wedding band off because you were cheating on Rhea? You said no. The lie detector test determined that's a lie. Since you've been with Rhea, have you ever cheated on her with one of your coworkers? You said no. The lie detector test determined was a lie. Came early to your job and saw you hiding with a coworker. Were you really cheating with her? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That was not a lie. What is lie? No, that is not. What do you determine cheating? Sleeping with her? No, it was not. I'm sorry. I do.
What are you doing with her? It's over. Yes, that's what I want. My kids and me deserve better than that.
Deserve better than what?
Better than you.
You're going to work 2 damn jobs?
Cheating while you're at
No,
work?
not cheating. Working.
We'll be back right after this. This man is here because 2 women say that he fathered all 4 of their children. 4?
No way.
Is Greg the father of all 4? Greg. Maury was brought to you in part by...
Being a single mom, I have to make the money now. After you graduate, they help you find jobs. It was an accomplishment that I'm proud of. If I could do it, anybody could do it.
Are you ready to train for a career? Call Everest and get on the road to a rewarding career and a better life.
1-800-875-9981.
Everest, for life.
Attention Medicare and insurance beneficiaries. Do health issues limit your mobility? Is it difficult to get to the bathroom on your own? Do you feel like a bother to others due to your lack of mobility? Have you fallen in the past 12 months? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may qualify for a new power chair at little to no cost to you.
Hi, I'm Doug Harrison. If you're living with limited mobility, call the scooter store today. We're experts at getting you the power chair or scooter you need. I promise